This is After the Bell with David Self.
David Self, After the Bell. How did you get this?
Interviews on time. What, huh?
Catching up with the return of Johnny Echo. Johnny,
Right now. Both of you. Right now. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, these guys. Oh.
David Self, After the Bell, catching up with the heavyweight champ, Khalil Akbar. Khalil, you had a good match out there tonight.
Yes, I did.
Tyler Scott was your opponent tonight.
And I crushed him.
That you did. That you did. You sent him limping on home for sure. But I gotta ask you a question. I know you're not gonna tell you. I mean this with all due respect.
Oh, here we go.
You're holding the heavyweight championship belt, but you weren't even the main event tonight.
Why do you have to bring that up? This is supposed to be my ceremony. I just had a fresh meat challenge. I knocked him out, squashed him. And now you're bringing up the fact that I wasn't main event. Of course, I've been thinking about that all day. Why wasn't I main event? I, Khalil Akbar. I said I was going to take this place higher and higher. But you can't do that if I'm still wrestling the mid-card spot. I'm heavyweight champion. I have to take this up with management. Call me a Karen if you want, but I will speak to management.
I'm just asking the question because the fans are going to want to know. They're going to say, look, here's the heavyweight champ, and he's still mid-card. You know, I just had to bring that up. So
yeah, of course. Way to spoil the mood.
Like I said, no offense intended. But let's move on. Let's talk about guys that are gunning for you down the road and how that makes you feel. Somebody's going to pick up that Odyssey of the Elite title here at the next event. And now you're looking at Clayton Clark, you're looking at Johnny Echo somewhere down the road, maybe John Scrutch. There's a whole handful of guys gunning after you. How does that make you feel? Who are you most scared of? How would I ask you that? Who are you most scared of?
Are you seriously asking me, Khalil Akbar, the world heavyweight champion of EPW, who I'm scared of? Are you serious? I am not afraid of anybody. All of those names that he listed, they can come and take this title. They can try, but they will not succeed. Because I said that I am a ratings bringer. This YouTube channel, this YouTube series that you preciously hold dear to your heart, I will make it better. I will put food and money on the table for your family. Because I am Khalil Akbar, and I am the ratings bringer. I'm the main event of EPW. I do not care who is next. I will make them bend the knee and worship me.
So I shouldn't bring up this last name that I want to bring up right here. And I know I've been aggravating you all night, but there's a guy I ran into, and you're gonna know who I'm talking about, and he's definitely gunning for you. I'm gonna talk about Kendall Fire. Kendall Fire.
I'm done.
All right. Guess he's not going to answer that one. David Self, After the Bell, with Khalil Akbar. David Self, After the Bell, catching up with Johnny Pope, making his EPW debut tonight. Johnny, you come out. And well, let's be real. You picked up the win. You got in the ring, and but before we get to that point, let's talk about coming out of the curtain. First time EPW. How did it feel?
It felt great. As soon as I walked through that curtain, I could feel the crowd behind me already. I could hear the Johnny chant starting. So I was off to a good start already, just walking out the curtain. That crowd was phenomenal.
Did that give you a boost getting in the ring there? You knew right away that.
Oh, yeah.
You had the crowd behind you.
Absolutely. Anytime I hear that, I know they're behind me. I know it's the Poke Nation. I know the Poke Gang is in the house, and we're going to make a statement. I think tonight we did just that.
All right, let's go inside the ring. The bell rings. Your opponent tonight is Sanji. He comes in. He's got a little bit different style.
Yeah.
He was a good adversary for you tonight. How did it feel locking up with somebody from EPW for the first time in the ring?
It was a little different. His style was definitely unique. It took me a little bit to adapt, but once I figured him out, I seen a hole and I took it and I walked away with the victory. And at the end of the night, that's what it's all about.
There you go. So in the ring, you get it done. Now we'll go with the victory. We'll go away from that, and we'll talk about you in a couple other parts tonight. Especially, well, let's just cut to the main event. We'll cut to the main event. We got Clayton Clark in the ring, and you've talked about your relationship with Clayton Clark in other places, and how you see a different side of him here in EPW. Clayton's in the ring tonight trying to earn that #1 contender spot. Main event tonight, he's chasing down a shot at the championship belt versus Khalil Akbar. And I think you came out to help, but it didn't work out that way.
Yeah, I seen Aaron Atlas up on the apron. I know what kind of shenanigans he pulls, so I walked out.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. It didn't work out the way. Johnny, Dave, just back off for a second.
See you later, Dave.
You know, I know and envision we're a team. I know we're brothers. I know we're supposed to stick it together. I know we're supposed to take on all comers. But here at Elite Pro Wrestling, this was supposed to be my town. I have worked so hard. I have sacrificed so much to get that title. And you don't know what that opportunity meant to me. And you came out there and you stole it from me. You walked into my town and you ruined my ecstasy of gold. Johnny, I love you. You're my brother. But why did you do that? That was my opportunity.
I thought I was going to help. I seen Aaron Atlas come out there, and I seen what he's done to you before. I wasn't going to let that happen again. Did I think that the ref was going to keep his eyes on us? No, I thought he was going to do his job and keep his eyes in the ring. I was keeping me and his drama outside whenever you were going to finish the job inside. I didn't know that we were going to distract the ref. I apologize. I didn't think that was going to... You're going to get more chances, I promise.
More chances, yeah.
You are. You just got to change that
you?
attitude. Change that
After
attitude.
You. More chances after you. Is that what this is?
No, this is maybe about us. I don't want to see you going down this path, picking the dirty, cheating ways you are. You're better than that, and you know that. Everyone knows that.
You know, you keep saying I've fallen to this dark side. You keep saying I'm slipping down in this hole. The only thing dark about my side is that I've just been in your shadow. And that's the truth, and that's no joke.
You're living in a fantasy world, bub.
You know what? I don't care. How about this? The next Elite Pro Wrestling show, how about you show up? How about you show up and be in the ring? I'll confront you then.
I'll be there. And I'll see you there too.
All right, sorry about that, Johnny. I know first chance here in EPW, and there's a little bit of a rift. But anyway, congratulations tonight, picking up your first win in EPW. We're glad you're part of the team.
Thank you.
David Self after the bell with David Self after the bell. The first time I ever got to sit down and have an interview. Catching up with Dragon Hearts. You guys pick up the win in a 6-man tag match tonight, but let's back way up to just coming out of the curtain tonight. So there's of course only 2 of you in Dragon Hearts, so you had to pick up the third guy to go against Mount Olympus tonight, and you picked Jason Levi. Why Jason?
He's one of the hardest hitting wrestlers in the whole area. So we figured tonight we'd form 5-finger dragon punch.
5-finger dragon punch. All right. Well, let's get into the match, because you go into the match and you get some news right out of the beginning. The illustrator is not here with Mount Olympus tonight. Devin Quinn is not there, so it kind of turns into a handicap match. It's 3-on-2. It starts off a little unorthodox before the match ever starts. There's a lot of action, and you know, I'm just going to put this out there. You guys picked up the win, right? But a lot of people are saying, you know, would you guys have got the win if you didn't have Jason Levi?
Oh, we would have got the win. Like, without Devin Quinn, they didn't have the full amount of numbers. Aaron Atlas, he's already out there. We knew he was tired. He wasn't going to be able to do anything super major to affect our victory when it came. But at the same time, they said they could handle it. They probably thought we were going to have some weak nobody because we're the Dragonhearts, and what have we done? But we went and got somebody big, and they're just highly upset about it.
Well, Jason Levi, he did carry his load tonight, didn't he? He helped get the job done. You guys pick up the win, and then after it's all over, of course, Mount Olympus has to rub it in your face that you guys you want a match, but they still have the tag titles. And then there was a kind of a back and forth there, and it looks like in November, our next match that we have here in Odin, Indiana, it's going to be for the tag team titles. It's going to be you two, no Jason Levi. It's going to be two of them. But tell me about the stipulations for this match, because you got to choose them.
It's a last team standing match. Last team standing wins. First team to go down for that full 10 count is out. And we think we could outlast them in this.
So that's going to be a lot of endurance right there. You guys think you can handle that with Mount Olympus? And this is it, because if you guys lose this match, here's the other end of that deal. Mount Olympus' side of it is you guys will never be able to challenge for the tag team titles as long as they hold them.
Well, that's very unfortunate, because when we walk out that night, we are walking out as tag team champions.
All right, so November is going to be something to remember, isn't it? We're going to find out who's got it. But right now, tonight, celebrating a victory with Jason Levi in a 6-man tag match. Dragon Hearts over Mount Olympus. David Self after the bell. David Self after the bell. Going to try to catch up with Mount Olympus tonight. They had a rough night tonight. Let's see if we can get an interview here. David Self after the
All we ever do was win.
David Self after the bell. Hey, can we interview you real quick right here?
What's happening? What's happening? I just don't get it.
I think we're just.
I think something has happened along
Air
the
now.
line. Literally, I have a whole bag of shush with your name on it. Jesus, we're trying to talk here. God, listen. All I'm trying to say is that ever since we got you here, we've been dominant. We've been dominant. We've won matches over and over again, and it just feels like we're missing something. Like we're just off our step. Just
Hey, Aaron, hey, interrupt you guys, but you're talking about something missing, and I just, I've got the flyer pulled up here for the show for next month, and
Okay, cool.
Talking about things missing on it. Look at this. You're not even on it.
We're not on the flyer?
You're not on the flyer.
We're not on the flyer.
You're not even.
We're not on the flyer.
You're not on the flyer.
We're not on the flyer.
Is it a fake flyer?
No. They
it's
sent this
real.
to me.
Has management
I had to
approved
go
the
out
flyer?
tonight, and yes, a management sent this to me. I go out, I announce next month's show, and well, you guys.
You said we're off our step? Let's research dominance. Dominance.
Dominance!
David Self after the bell with a disgruntled Mount Olympus. David Self after the bell, catching up with Johnny Echo tonight. Johnny, last time I talked to you, man, it was a rough night. You won the trophy, you won the championship belt, and then you lost the championship belt. You probably don't want to talk all about Washington, Indiana, National Guard Armory. But let's fast forward tonight.
Let's move on. Yeah.
Tonight, it doesn't pay back all, but it's a good start. You got Clayton Clark in the main event tonight, and Clayton cost you. I mean, really, he hurt you bad after you won the belt, and then he was kind of the in-between that put the hurt on you before Khalil actually came out. And so tell me, how does it feel tonight?
I've been waiting to get my hands on Clayton since what he did there in Washington. That's, so coming out here tonight and getting that chance to just, it felt good. It wasn't it wasn't, by far the cleanest victory I'm ever going to have here at EPW by any stretch of the imagination. But, a win's a win right now, and I felt like, he brought it tonight, but I think I brought it back tenfold too, and that's all I was looking for tonight.
You look like in the ring you were channeling all that frustration from the last month and pouring it out. You were pouring out that wrath on Clayton Clark tonight. How did that feel? Tell me about it. Do you feel vindicated to some extent tonight?
For a start, yes. Step one's done, and that's, I got Clayton again. I beat him, got my revenge, so to speak. Step two, I'm not really gonna be happy until I get back in that ring.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's move forward, because this win tonight, it gets you in that spot, right?
Absolutely.
You're number one contender, which, I mean, by all accounts, you should have been regardless, right? You had to fight for it.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But regardless, now, absolutely undisputed, no questions asked, number one contender.
So let's just go right here. Let's just cut right to the chase here. Look at that camera right there. What do you got to say to Khalil Akbar?
Khalil, last time we stood here talking, I was pissed at Khalil. I was so mad at you. But you know, as I sat at home thinking about it and sat on that 4-hour drive home after Washington, I'm not even mad at you because I would have probably done the same thing. You capitalized on your moment that you earned through victories. So kudos to you. So what I'm looking for now is just a fair one-on-one, both of us standing tall to start the match, and then we'll see which one of us comes out best.
All right, Johnny Echo making them steps back towards that belt. And tonight taking care of business, took out Clayton Clark, got a little bit of revenge going. And stepping forward, he's looking for Khalil Akbar. David Self after the bell with Johnny Echo.
You. It's you. It's always been you. You've always been the person to screw me. Sometimes it's Ollie, but most of the time, 99.9% time, it's you. You look like you don't know how to count. You look like you don't know how to pin somebody. Shit, I don't even think you can fight. My bad, guys. I don't know if we should calm down, but really, I'm this close to knocking your block off. I want you to understand that. Don't stand up, Terry. Don't stand up, because if you stand up, you know what that means? We're one step closer to getting in that ring, and I will dominate you. I've been talking about dominance. No, it's not over.
Yes, it is.
It's not the start.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, no, it's not the start. It's not the start. I hate your guts. I hate him. I hate him. Get him up. Ah! You know what? Get him up. I hate him. I'm gonna kill him.
David Self after the bell. Little recap from tonight. Just want to give you the rundown. Of course, we saw Johnny Pope tonight. Johnny Pope, his EPW debut, comes out, picks up the win over Sanji. We had Mount Olympus. We had Aaron Atlas. We had Mount Olympus in action. We saw them struggle tonight. Is Mount Olympus starting to crumble? That's the question we're asking here tonight. We saw Khalil Akbar not in the main event, even though he's the EPW heavyweight champion. We saw him in the mid-card. You saw the interview afterwards. He didn't take some of my questions too well. We saw Dragon Hearts. One more chance. They pick up tonight to win tonight with Jason Levi. And there was a challenge issued coming up at our next event. One last chance for those tag team belts. If they lose against Mount Olympus, they will challenge for the titles no more as long as Mount Olympus holds on to them. It is some of the strangest stipulations I've ever heard of. It's the last team standing, not the last man standing. It has to be the team standing. We also see when Terry Hopper comes out, makes his announcement, triple threat match, main event coming up at our next show. That's November 12th, by the way, right here in Odin, Indiana. Matt Maverick, John Scrutch, Kendall Fire. One of those three is going to be the new Odyssey of the Elite Championship belt holder. So I hope you all make it to the next show. David Self after the bell. We'll see you November 12th.